Be yourself, not somebody else. I think there's a lot of people that don't want to be you right now, Evander. Yeah, oh boy. So a guy that is extremely outspoken on public forums and Twitter and social media. He's always posting almost daily. Most of it's pretty lighthearted. The occasional jab at one or two people. Is now filing for bankruptcy. His lawyer appeared in bankruptcy court today, and a lot of news has come out of it. So, oh boy, howdy, is it a lot. He's filed for Chapter 7 bankruptcy. The file includes $26.8 million in assets, largely 3 homes, $10.2 million, and note that he warns that he may not play. So yeah, those are the details. And here's some other things. $1.5 million in gambling debt last year, reportedly. 7 family dependents, which is like, it's a lot of like uncles and things like that. So I mean, good on him for helping his family out for as long as he could. But yeah, you hope that like people haven't taken advantage of him in those situations. So you sort of look at what happened with Jack Johnson when he filed for bankruptcy. There's a lot of real dicey stuff there that goes on. So yeah, it could have been that, you know, he's obviously mismanaged some money, but also family members have as well. 6 active suits, including a bank seeking $8.3 million. This bank, he has 3 homes, so I'm assuming he has multi mortgages that go through those facilities. He has a monthly income of negative $91,000. So every year, every month, $91,000 comes out of his account. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. He has a couple of counterclaims going for that assault battery suit that was back in 2016. So there's some money that might be coming in down the road. But yeah, it's holy jeebus, is it nuts right now with everything going on. Also, the Sharks have somewhat been dangled into this fishing boat in the fact that with 2 of the home loans that were on offer, it was deemed that a percentage of Evander Kane's pay had to go into those accounts, and the Sharks failed to do that, even though that was nominated through his payment scenario. So it's not sure whether it was the Sharks that are at fault or it's Evander Kane. Ultimately, it's going to be Evander Kane because he obviously knew this was happening and he circumvented it. But yeah, there was obviously, to get the second, if not third home loan, it was a prerequisite that the money would be going directly into the account from his pay. Now, how does this mention into the NHL? So yeah, I wasn't super going to report on this just because it was just going to be a little snide thing that I was going to do. Just going to show a picture of the money phone. And people make mistakes, eh? Like, you do dumb stuff when you're a kid, but like, $26 million in debt is pretty crazy. Usually, like, you don't see athletes file for bankruptcy while they're playing. Like that, usually there's some circumstances there that don't make a lot of sense. Jack Johnson is one that obviously he has, but most people do it well after the fact, and that's because, well, their gravy train stops coming in. Once you retire, you're not getting $5 million a year. So this next season, he has a massive contract, so yeah, he's reported that he may not play. He may also terminate his contract. This is pure speculation, so I know nothing on this point. However, I have a pretty extensive financial background. I've worked in banking for the last 10 years, and various jobs in that role. I'm not a teller at a bank. I hold decent positions throughout my time. And I would say that this is more leverage than anything. There's not many arrows that Evander Kane has in his quiver. And one of them is, I'm not playing this year. And that way he can get more favourable terms to pay this money back over time, instead of having to forego most of his money now. Because in the first year of filing for bankruptcy is when you need the most amount of money, because those houses are being repossessed. Like, you really don't have much once things get repossessed. So you do need that money up front. And obviously already escrow is going to affect his salary, which he's mentioned, and a few other things. So obviously if they say this year you need to pay blah 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 million, it won't be worth him to play because of escrow and a few other things. So he's nominating that he might not play, he might not do that. However, he's at training camp, he's doing what he needs to do there. I have a full, I believe he'll be playing opening night in a few days. I can't see him not playing. I just have a feeling that this is to get more favourable terms in his first year or two. while dealing this when paying all of this back. I think so. So if you're a fantasy hockey owner, I mean, don't get me wrong, this is a huge distraction. Like, all this going on is massive. And again, like, this is a guy that posts to social media every single day, and the last 2 days have been nothing. Absolutely nothing. Which is very odd for him. Especially during, like, this COVID time. It's been that, you know, saying, I want to fight either Jake Paul or one of the other Pauls. Do you understand that pay-per-view will get you some money? But yeah. Anyway, like, jokes aside, I really do feel for him. I hope that everything gets underway. I was really surprised to see there's so many family dependents, especially the age that they were. Like, a lot of them were in their 50s. So I mean, credit to him for looking after his family and doing all those sort of things. And you just hope he hasn't been given a ride down there and it is, as bad as it sounds, a gambling addiction or something on those lines, just because at least you can go get treatment for that and get help. Where if it's a family member that's taken a lot of this money, then that stings, that's like unrepairable. So, yeah. But, we'll see how it all goes. It's a lot of money that's gone. Like, it is a lot of money. I think it's $80 million that he's made since he came into the NHL. And his contract's still got, you know, several years left on it, and he talks about terminating it. But again, that's so he can get some sort of leverage, because obviously if he leaves that and does nothing or works at Walmart, they're never going to get that money back. Where obviously, you know, if it takes a bit longer to get that money back, then that's better than not getting it at all. And obviously he's trying to pay back pennies on the dollar as well, which is pretty normal in these scenarios. Oh boy. So yes, I do think he'll be playing for the Sharks this year. I don't think he'll be missing out time. It is pure speculation. Everything that I have mentioned in this is pure speculation. I need to make sure I say that because it is finance, and it's not like I'm telling him or offering him advice in any way, shape, or form. Look at me go save my little rump. But yeah. It's, wow. Yeah, oh boy. Pretty crazy. It's just everywhere, every few years there's something with him. There really is. Whether it's Bufflin throwing his tracksuit in the shower, or the money phone, or just, you know, alleged issues going on in the background, and now there's always something. So yeah, it's pretty crazy. Yeah, it's just nuts. And last year, I wonder if last year's 2019, because how do you rack up $1.5 million in gambling losses in 2020? Because everything was closed. You couldn't gamble. So it must be 2019. I'm assuming so. And then I'm following the breadcrumbs on this one. Yeah, that's what I'm going to go with. Anyway, guys, that is the whole video. If you did like this video, hit the like button. Always hit subscribe down below, as always. Yeah, I hope that Evander Kane can get out from under this and get the help that he needs. And yeah, Sharks need him. Like, they really need him. This is going to hurt them. It's an aging team. If they lose him, that's really going to hurt them. And comment down below, what do you think of Evander Kane? What do you think of the Sharks this year? Do you think they'll be fine without him, or do you think it's going to be a real issue? Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Have a great day. See you, and bye.